Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another premier wrestling event by Global Wrestling Alliance. This is No Escape. We are live from the GWA Arena in Seattle, Washington. There's an eerie feeling in this arena tonight, but we thank you for joining us. Either way, we're going to get the action started right away.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Toluca Lake, California, Wild Thing, Tammy Mullins.
Tammy Mullins on her way out here to the ring, and this matchup will be a one-on-one contest, and it is the number one contenders match for the Women's World Championship. So Tammy Mullins with an opportunity to become number one contender for the GWA Women's World title once again to try to become Women's World Champion.
And from no place in particular, Kaiva.
Wild Thing has to go up against this wild one that we know as Kaiva. She's got that damn... Somebody get that damn pipe away from her. This woman is absolutely nuts. And now she finds herself in a matchup where if she can be victorious, she'll be the number one contender for the Women's World title. Can you believe that? Tammy Mullins against Kaiva. There's the bell. We're underway, and Kaiva leaps forward with a cross body. Tammy Mullins with a block and a dragon screw takes Kaiva down. And now Kaiva back on the offensive. We have so much in store for you here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The United States Heavyweight Championship will be on the line. The World Tag Team titles are on the line. We mentioned that this match is a number one contenders match for the Women's World title. The Women's World Championship will also be decided later on tonight, as well as our main event, a cage match, 2 out of 3 falls, as Pretty Boy Arthur Caldwell, who is not 100%, we are told. His ribs in very, very bad shape, but he will be challenging the world's champion, the Russian Gladiator, Aleksander Sokolov. So that is our main event. Kaiva currently in control of Tammy Mullins at this point. Slams her face first in the mat. Now it looks like he's going to go for cover here. One. It's the one that time for Kaiva. This woman originally supposedly from the Stone Age, Kaiva, I mean. And now she doesn't know where she's from. We don't know where she's from. She looks like she just crawled up out of a boiler room somewhere, carrying that pipe around. Look at Tammy Mullins go. Tammy Mullins delivering several devastating blows, and now she's choking her. She's choking Kaiva over the top rope. And now Mullins, now with a knee in the spine. Tammy Mullins now pulling Kaiva to her feet, looking to end this Northern Light suplex. Perfectly bridged, perfectly done. And now, look like the neck breaker, but turns it around into the face buster. That's got to be all. 1, 2, no, so close. Tammy Mullins nearly with the 3 count. and the victory. But Kaeva powers out. And now, sent to the buckle. Tammy Mullins in control of this matchup. Looking to put Kaeva away. And pulls her out of the, and look at this. Submission hold in the ropes, so she's obviously going to have to break that. Not a legal maneuver. But going to deal some punishment with it nonetheless. Now Mullins up to the top rope. Up and down with the 450. 1, 2. She got her. No, she didn't. No, she didn't. So close. Long 2 count for Wild Thing Tammy Mullins. And she's going to go up top once again. Look at this. She's going to wait for her to get to her feet. Down with a missile drop kick, but swiped away by Kaeva. Kaeva blocks, but still sent hard into the corner. And Mullins now deadlifts her off the canvas with a gut wrench suplex. And Mullins looking to end this thing. Goes for the headbutt, didn't hit it, went for a clothesline, duck underneath. And now Mullins once again with a Northern Light suplex. And Mullins now with the armbar. What a back and forth match between these two. Mullins on the offensive more so than not, but unable to put away Kaeva at this time. And look at this. A second time, and that's got to be all. That's got to be it. We have a new #1 contender right here, and we don't. Kaeva still able to get the shoulder up. Kaeva is still in this match. She pops up in a knockdown and went for another clothesline. That one missed, and Tammy Mullins back on the offense. Missed a roundhouse kick, and Kaeva has grounded Mullins and splashes her and goes for the cover. 1, 2, and no. Now it's Mullins' turn to get the right shoulder up. This match still continues. Going for another cover here by Kaeva. Now she's got her feet on the ropes. Looked like only a 1, if that. And a crossbody by Kaeva now with a cover. 1. Still only a 1 this time. Kaeva with an unorthodox flurry of offense now has Tammy Mullins on the ropes. And another crossbody. Kaeva now with a stiff kick to the lower back. Kaeva now goes to the right leg. Drop kick to the back of the head. I also want to point out this is not the only #1 contenders match either tonight. We have several other #1 contenders matches, including a #1 contenders match for the World Tag Team titles. Look at this. Around the neck. DDT reversal by Tammy Mullins. And Mullins now looking to put this one away. Goes for the headbutt, but gets a European uppercut. Roll up by Kaeva. She's got her. 1, 2, 3. No. So close. Mullins able to get out at the last possible moment. And another headbutt by Kaeva. Sends Mullins now head first into the buckle. And what has Kaeva got in mind? Gonna cross the arms and went to pull her off the ropes, but reversal by Mullins. Mullins now off the middle rope, missing with the missile drop kick. Knocked down by Kaeva, and again. And there's a reverse heel kick. And now Kaeva has the advantage. And takes her down. Kaeva now has Mullins where she wants her. And I don't know why or what this does, but it incapacitates Mullins and a crossbody splash. Here's the cover again. Kaeva 1, 2, and that's it. Kaeva able to pull off one hell of a victory. What a match between these two. But now Kaeva finds herself with this maneuver right here with a victory over Tammy Mullins, and now she is the #1 contender for the GWA Women's World title. Perhaps one of the biggest victories in Kaeva's career, with a victory over Tammy. No, okay, get some security. You've already won the match. Get Kaeva out of there. This woman has lost her mind. Somebody get control of her. But coming up next, the #1 contenders match for the World Tag Team titles as High Energy takes on the Pitbulls. Don Holmes of his, what he calls the Homestead, his tag team of Willie Jones and Derek Wright, also known as High Energy. This team only formed a couple of weeks ago, and now they find themselves with an opportunity to become #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. So a rapid rise for High Energy. They got to get through the Pitbulls tonight. Well, it appears the Pitbulls don't want to hear what Don Holmes has to say because they've just cut him off. And here they come.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 544 pounds, the Pitbulls.
Luther and Mahler Isaac, the Pitbulls. They are former World Tag Team Champions. They would love the opportunity to go for the gold one more time. But they're going to have to defeat the new team of High Energy right here tonight to get that opportunity. But I believe if there's anybody that can put a halt to the sudden momentum that High Energy has gained, it is certainly the Pitbulls. They're going to have to keep an eye out on Don Holmes on the outside of the ring because we know what mischief he could cause in one of these matches. We got Willie Jones and Luther Isaac starting things off here. Hooks him up, suplex by Luther Isaac. And Jones now immediately up, reverse heel kick. And now Isaac wrapped up in the ropes. Willie Jones hooks him up on the ropes. Twisting neck breaker with the assistance from the ropes. A tag, and in comes Derek Wright. And right now up to the middle rope. And down with a double axe handle smash. And a leg drop to follow it up. And a cover. 1, The one this time, Luther Isaac, getting the shoulder up. And Derek Wright now whips him to the far side against the rope, shoulder block. Both men stagger and a European uppercut by Derek Wright. Don Holmes on the outside of the ring, liking what he's seeing so far. Luther Isaac, in the corner. Tag, in comes Willie Jones, buries the right hand into the girts. Don Holmes out there jumping around like a crazy person. Cover here now by Willie Jones. One, still only a one. Luther powers out that pinning predicament. And look at this, a wheelbarrow into the DDT and into the cover. One, still only a one. What does High Energy have to do to put Luther Isaac away, or even get a 2 count for that matter? Willie Jones now takes him, puts him back into the corner. Another tag by Derek Wright, and now he's opened up. Buries the right hand. Does Derek Wright, and he got caught. He got caught. And a backbreaker by Luther Isaac. And now it's Isaac taking control here. He pulls Wright out of the corner, whips him to the far side, and what a shoulder block! Sending Derek Wright nearly out of his boots, or out of his sneakers, rather, if you see what's on his feet. He doesn't go for the cover, however, but he has taken a lot of punishment. He needs to get out of there. There's a tag to older brother Mahler Isaac, and look at that double team offense by the Pitbulls. And now Mahler Isaac pulls right away. 1, 2, no. 2 count this time for Mahler Isaac. Derek Wright attempting to battle back at this point. They tie up and scoop by Mahler and drop down across the top rope. Mahler now with a tag. In comes Luther, and Derek makes the diving tag to Willie Jones. And look at this hurricanrana by Willie Jones. And a low drop kick. Not sure what he was trying to connect there, but he got it nonetheless. Luther back up to his feet, picks Willie Jones up on his shoulders, and look at this, down across the top rope. And now in the corner. Could be looking for the spear. And he gets caught with the knee in the temple. Willie Jones had it scouted. Went for the elbow, but nothing doing there. Luther Isaac now. He gets reversed with an arm drag. And clothesline over the top rope to the floor. Willie Jones on a roll here. And now look, Don Holmes now getting involved. The referee needs to warn Holmes about that. The official has started the count. And down off the apron with a double axe handle smash is Willie Jones. He now has Isaac, but Isaac now, look at this. Elbow and a neck breaker. Someone has finally gotten their hands on Don Holmes, but he gets DDT'd on the outside for his trouble. Don Holmes finally got a little bit of what was coming to him. Luther Isaac with a little bit of retribution there. But now he finds himself in harm's way once again in the corner of High Energy. Look at that shot by Derek Wright. Drops the knee. One of these teams will become #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. The GWA World Tag Team Championships will be decided later on tonight as the Old Gods defend against the Viking Raiders. Whomever wins, whoever walks away tonight as World Tag Team Champions will have to take on the team that is the winners of this match. Here's Mahler. 1, 2, and he nearly had it right there. Mahler Isaac nearly with the victory for his team. Tag, and in comes Luther once again. Luther Isaac now win for the powerbomb reversal. 1, 2. No, I thought that was it. Luther Isaac with a dive and the tag. In comes Mahler. And look at this, off the ropes with a crossbody of his own. Mahler Isaac showing that even a pit bull can fly. Went for the splash, following that up, and now Mahler Isaac is rolling, sends Derek Wright to the corner, reversal with an elbow, and face first, just like that, Derek Wright. And right now, he's gonna go for that over-the-top neck breaker. There it is, and he hits it, he's got it, that should be all. Wait a minute. He's gonna tag in Willie Jones. Jones now, off the neck breaker, goes upstairs, leg drop to the face of Mahler Isaac, and this has got to do it. 1, 2, 3. And High Energy has pulled it off, and what a tag team combination to end this match. Look at this. First, the over-the-top neck breaker by Derek Wright, and Willie Jones follows it up with that beautiful leg drop, and High Energy has won it here tonight. Just like that, High Energy are the #1 contenders for the GWA World Tag Team titles. Very impressive win here tonight for those two young men. Coming up next, the United States Heavyweight title is on the line as Primetime Charles Thompson defends against Big Bubba Mason. Well, let's take you back a couple of weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, Big Bubba Mason, with that big boot, defeated Vince Dixon to become the #1 contender for the United States Heavyweight Championship. Following the week after that, Charles Thompson went to the ring. He decided that he was going to mouth off a little bit. I believe he even called out Bubba Mason. Bubba Mason wasn't going to stand by and listen to it. He came out and sort of verbally dismantled Charles Thompson, if I do say so myself. But last week, Thompson was set to go one-on-one with Sergio Dandalinger. He was going to just walk away from the match. Bubba Mason was not going to allow that one to happen. And he blames the fact that he was distracted and therefore received the Dandalinger Zinger and the defeat. And after a matchup just a couple of nights ago, Bubba Mason called out Charles Thompson, but Thompson retaliated by attacking from behind. And that has led us up to this match right here tonight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Global Wrestling Alliance United States Heavyweight Championship.
And here he comes, the #1 contender for the United States Heavyweight title, the big man from Perry, Oklahoma. This is a Big Bubba Mason. As his eyes set on the GWA United States Heavyweight title, and has a very good opportunity to walk away with a championship here tonight. And after that sneak attack from Primetime Charles Thompson just a couple of nights ago, you know, Big Bubba Mason is going to want to hurt Charles Thompson, and the best and most hurtful thing that he can do to Thompson is to take that United States Heavyweight title away from him. Mason now waiting for the champion. And ladies and gentlemen, there he is. The GWA United States Heavyweight Champion, Prime time, Charles Thompson. You can say what you want about the man. Thompson, a changed man, but he's getting the results that he believes he deserves. And he stands before us all as the United States heavyweight champion, but the question may be, for how much longer? If he wants to keep that reign intact, he's got to defeat Big Bubba Mason right here tonight. Let's send it down to the ring for the official introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Perry, Oklahoma, weighing in at 324 pounds, Big Bubba Mason. And introducing the champion from Salem, Oregon, weighing in at 273 pounds. He is the Global Wrestling Alliance United States Heavyweight Champion, Primetime Charles Thompson.
And now that the introductions are out of the way, Charles Thompson will hand over the United States Heavyweight Championship belt to the official. Bubba Mason will get a look at it so that he knows exactly what he's fighting for. And it is that. The GWA United States Heavyweight Championship. Big Bubba Mason. Prime time Charles Thompson. There's the bell. And a stiff kick. And look at that. Bubba Mason wasting no time. Waist locks him. And the belly-to-belly suplex. Thompson now sweeps the leg, and he's going to try to gain some ground or gain some distance, but Bubba Mason with the spine buster going for the cover already. 1, 2, and already a 2 count for Bubba Mason. Thompson pops right back up. He knows he's got to get himself in the game here, and Thompson with a few strikes didn't really even phase the man. And so Charles Thompson going to step out of the ring and try to maybe frustrate Bubba Mason and also take a breather. The official up to 2. Mason now going to go out after him. Back in the ring. Thompson over the top. And a strike right up underneath the chin. Bubba Mason smashes him in the corner and tosses him halfway across the ring. And now steps over him. Thompson now catches the leg and rips at the knee joint. Charles Thompson. They lock up, and Mason sidewalk slam. Bubba Mason has been in control for the majority of this. Look at this by Thompson. 1. Well, just a 1 that time and a kick out, but very impressive reversal by Thompson and a short arm clothesline. One of these men will walk out with the United States Heavyweight Championship around their waist. While later on tonight, we will have another #1 contenders match for the United States Heavyweight title. 1, 2, and no. Long 2 count, but only a 2 this time for Thompson. And look at that knee strike to the side of the head. My God. Bubba Mason has just gotten rocked. Now a knee strike. And look at this. Up and over the top. Chucks him like a bale of hay on the farm. And he's got Thompson in his sight. And disc got big boat to the side of the head. We got a new United States champion right here. 1, 2, and he's got no. I thought he had him. I thought that was it, but somehow, some way, Charles Thompson with the kick out. And look at this strength by Big Bubba Mason. Are you kidding me? Somehow, Charles Thompson keeps his United States Heavyweight Championship reign intact, and he slides out the back door. And look at this, roll up. 1. No, I don't even think he got a 1 out of that. Big Bubba. Definitely not going to give this thing up yet. And against the ropes, down to the canvas, and uses the ropes for an assist. Does Charles Thompson. He's just trying his hardest to get back in this thing here. Thompson now stomping away. He got his leg caught. And Bubba Mason now down across the right arm. Bubba Mason has got to be feeling it. He's got to be tasting it. This could be it. 1, 2, new champion. No, not this time. Still Charles Thompson gets the shoulder up. How much more can Thompson and Thompson, you can call it what you want. You can call it cowardice, or you can call it what it is, smart. Goes outside the ring and attempt to break the momentum, but he got caught in the hands of Bubba Mason, who tosses him to the floor. Charles Thompson in all kinds of trouble. He does catch Mason's leg. And Thompson trying to break the momentum of Bubba Mason here. Thompson now sends Mason to the barricade. Back in the ring now. And now Mason back in the ring as well. Across, got caught. DDT by Mason. Thompson back to his feet with a shoulder block knockdown. What a match. Back and forth, and again back and forth. With the dragon screw by Bubba Mason. Mason now. Well, Thompson now has him on the shoulders. Airplane spin into the cutter by Charles Thompson. Goes for the cover here. 1, 2, not this time. Bubba Mason with the shoulder up. Charles Thompson nearly with a successful championship defense. He's got Bubba Mason in his sights. A kick to the midsection. Look at this power by Charles Thompson. Deep cover. 1, 2. That's it. Charles Thompson with this maneuver right here. Let's take one more look at it. Impressive strength. Sit-down power bomb into the cover. And Charles Thompson is victorious here tonight.
Here is your winner, and still Global Wrestling Alliance United States Heavyweight Champion, Primetime Charles.
Ladies and gentlemen, the World Tag Team Championship match up next. The Viking Raiders challenge the Old Gods. Let's show you how this took place. A couple of weeks ago, Ray Snyder and Handsome Harry Sharp came down to the ring bragging and boasting how they have defeated everyone. Scott Buckley came down and let them know that they did not defeat everyone. He had assigned a new tag team. And it was a week later that we found out who that tag team was. And it was Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders. And from there, in a non-title match, Ivar drops Ray Snyder on his head with a sit-out pile driver. And the Viking Raiders gained a victory over the tag team champions. 1 week later, another non-title match between the two. The spinning roundhouse kick by Ivar gained a second victory for the Viking Raiders. But in an attempt to stop the momentum, there was one more match a couple of nights ago, the Claw Slam, and the Old Gods gained a victory over the Viking Raiders. But that brings us to this matchup here tonight for the World Tag Team titles.
Introducing the challengers. At a combined weight of 552 pounds, Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders.
Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders, set sail for new shores. They found themselves in GWA. Will their raids end in defeat, or will it result in the Vikings coming away with plunder, which is gold? The the GWA World Tag Team titles.
And introducing the champions. At a combined weight of 660 pounds, they are the Global Wrestling Alliance World Tag Team Champions, the Old Gods.
Mr. Amazing Ray Snyder, along with handsome Harry Sharp, dubbed the Old Gods. They have stood atop of the tag team mountain here in GWA as the World Tag Team Champions for quite some time, but they may just have their biggest challenge yet in Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders. And that is what it's all about. The Vikings looking to come away from this journey with gold. They have 2 victories to 1 over the Old Gods at this point. Whomever wins this one doesn't just gain another victory over their opponents, but they walk away as World Tag Team Champions. Eric and Ray Snyder starting things off here. Lock up center of the ring. You can about feel the tension in the air with this one. Eric laying it on. Hooks him up, and look at the power by Eric with the suplex on Ray Snyder. Picks Snyder up, hooks him up again. Another snap suplex by Eric. And Eric now hooks him up for a third suplex. This time floats over. And not even a 1 count. Ray Snyder gets out immediately. Eric now taking Snyder, slams him headfirst into the buckle. And Eric appears to have been sewn up. He's got his wound sealed shut, at least for the time being. He received a cut over, I believe it was the left eye, after having his head slammed into the steel guardrail a couple of nights ago on Supercharged. And now he is now battling back. Buries a knee and now a couple strikes, but a hip toss by Snyder. Snyder going to use this opportunity to tag out, and here comes handsome Harry Sharp. Sharp now unable to do anything with Eric as he tags out. Here comes big Ivar. Headbutt. Ivar, this man is the size of a Mack truck and strong as an ox. Now sends Sharp over the top rope. He holds on, and look at this, just takes him over the top rope with a clubbing blow, sends him face first to the canvas. Ivar now drops the elbow right into the sternum and goes for the cover. 1, 2, no. Long 2 count, but not the victory at this time. Ivar now taking Harry Sharp, slams him face first into the top turnbuckle. And now parrying the shoulder. We saw earlier tonight that high energy. Look at that, just smashed Harry Sharp in the corner, goes for the cover. One, only a one this time. Sorry, I got a little distracted there with this action. But High Energy had become the new #1 contenders for the World Tag Team title. So whomever walks away from No Escape with the World Tag Team titles, they know that their next opponents will be High Energy. Ivar now with some elbows, breaking the momentum, sends Sharp to the buckle, and a tag. Eric in, up, and down with a power slam, and the cover by Eric. And immediately Ray Snyder in to break up the cover. He must have known that that possibly could have been it. Now Eric having to fight off Snyder. Look at this. What a shot, but then as soon as he delivers it, he gets waist locked by Harry Sharp, taken down. And now the back of Eric's head just bouncing like a rubber ball off the canvas. And now he's got to fight out of the wrong corner. Short arm clothesline. Goes to take a swing, but a tag, and here comes Snyder. And now Eric once again having to fight off both members of the Old Gods. Scoop and a slam. And finally, the official had to count, and Harry Sharp now with a forearm shot to Eric. But it doesn't really affect Eric that much. He's going to go back to Ray Snyder. Sends Snyder to the buckle. And what in the world is Eric doing? Went for the forearm, took too long. Ray Snyder able to avoid it. And Snyder now taking Eric to his partner's corner. A fist right to the face. Eric once again having to fight out of a terrible predicament right now. And Eric with several blows. Look at this. Wraps up the arm. Gets a forearm to the face. What a back and forth match between these two teams. The World Tag Team titles hang in the balance. Elbow drop by Snyder. Snyder now pulling Eric away from the ropes. Cover here. 1, 2. 2 count for Snyder. Snyder now tags out. Here comes Sharp. Another tag. Here comes Ivar. And they lock up like two bulls. Clubbing blow to the back of Harry Sharp. And now here comes Ivar. Down with a splash. 1, 2. No, I thought that was... I can't believe that was 2. I could have swore that was a 3. But the official in charge says only 2. But I believe we had new World Tag Team champions right there. Roundhouse kick by Ivar. Look at the agility of this big man at Ivar. Sends Sharp to the buckle, the corner of the Viking Raiders. Tag, in comes Eric. Eric now sends him in, knee and a clothesline to the back of the head. And here's the cover. 1, 2, new tag team champions, and not quite. But Ivar sends Snyder sailing off of the apron. This is Eric's chance. And what a running knee strike by Eric. Ray Snyder is still down on the outside. Look at this. What a kick to the back. Here's the cover. Eric. 1, 2. They've done it. The Old Gods have fallen. Let's look at this. A full Nelson into a kick in the spine, and the Viking Raiders are the new World Tag Team champions.
Here are your winners, Ivar and Eric, the
We have new World Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to the Viking Raiders. Coming up next, #1 contenders match for the United States Heavyweight Championship as Chris Van Diver will take on Gavin Briggs. Let's get down to the ring and let's keep the action rolling.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Lilith Van Diver from Huntington Beach, California, weighing in at 232 pounds, Chris Van Diver.
Chris Van Diver on his way to the ring with the lovely blonde bombshell Lilith Van Diver. Chris Van Diver looking to turn all of his bad luck around right here tonight. Because if he can gain a victory and end that long losing streak, he will be the #1 contender for the United States Heavyweight Championship. So a lot riding on this for Chris Van Diver. On the other hand, we know how much Gavin Briggs wants all of us to believe in him. A victory here tonight would set him back on course to clash for the United States Heavyweight Championship, a championship that Gavin Briggs desperately wants to hold. So Chris Van Diver now in the ring, awaiting his opponent.
And his opponent from the good old USA, weighing in at 215 pounds, Gavin Briggs.
And here comes Gavin Briggs, once again carrying that ridiculous sign. But hey, at this point, I truly believe that as much as he wants all of us to believe in him, he simply doesn't believe in himself. So until he believes in himself, how does he expect anybody else to believe in him? Nonetheless, he's got an opportunity here to become the #1 contender for the GWA United States Heavyweight title. He's got to get through Chris Van Diver in order to get it done. So here we go. Chris Van Diver, Gavin Briggs, #1 contendership for the United States Heavyweight title. The bell rings, lock up center of the ring, and a forearm by Van Diver. Van Diver came out swinging, now takes Briggs to the corner, and a shot right up underneath the jaw. And look at Van Diver go! Stomping away and goes for the cover, looking to end it early. One. Just a one this time, a kick out by Gavin Briggs. Still to come tonight, the Women's World Championship will be up for grabs. And the 2 out of 3 falls steel cage match for the GWA Heavyweight Championship of the World, as Pretty Boy Arthur Caldwell challenges the Russian Gladiator, Aleksander Sokolov. Not on the apron, my God! And here I was trying to inform you all of what's still to come tonight, and somehow I nearly missed that. Gavin Briggs with the back suplex on the apron, and Van Diver is in all kinds of trouble. What a shot with the knee strike. Gavin Briggs, I'd be almost convinced that he's just not trying to win a match. He's trying to hurt Chris Van Diver. Van Diver being assaulted almost at this point. The official now up to 6, and Briggs outside breaks the cover because it's caught by Van Diver, sent into the barricade, and it appears that Chris Van Diver has been split wide open. Looked like he's bleeding on one side of his face. But nonetheless, he is now taking it back to Gavin Briggs. The official now up to 4, but he sends Briggs in, and he's going to follow back into the ring right behind him. And now up to the middle rope. Begging Gavin Briggs to make it to his feet. Double axe handle smash off the top. Off the middle rope. Follows it up with an elbow drop. And Van Diver now. 1. Only a 1 this time. Yeah, I can see the blood. It looks like it may be dripping right into the eye of Chris Van Diver. That's going to affect his vision for sure. If this goes too long and he starts losing too much blood, he could very well pass out. But right now he's in control. He's got Gavin Briggs on the top, and he just shoves him off. What a nasty fall. Nasty landing for Gavin Briggs. But that'll also give Chris Van Diver a moment to recover, a moment to gain some of his wind back. He takes about 2 seconds before going after Briggs. He's still on the apron here. Double axe handle smash off the apron. And Van Diver sending Briggs back into the ring once again. Gavin Briggs looking to put this one away. He's bleeding. And he goes for the Van Cutter, reversed into a power slam by Gavin Briggs. And Briggs now wraps up the arm, top wrist lock by Gavin Briggs. Van Diver fighting out of it as best he can. He breaks the hold. Knocked down by Van Diver. And again, duck underneath. And what a drop kick. High elevation drop kick by Chris Van Diver. And Van Diver now has Briggs reeling. Van Cutter into the cover. 1, 2, 3. And a victory for Chris Van Diver. The Van Cutter. So sudden and so impactful. And it breaks the long winless streak for Chris Van Diver on this night.
Here is your winner, Chris Van Diver.
Chris Van Diver, the #1 contender for the United States Heavyweight title. He's bleeding like crazy, so let's get some paramedics on standby to help out Chris Van Diver once he makes it to the back, but a big victory here at No Escape. And speaking of No Escape, the Women's World Championship is on the line next, and Amaya Stevens will have to defend against Whitney Duncan. Let's show you what's happened over the past couple of weeks between them. Whitney Duncan in a #1 contenders match against Shelly Bennett, with that maneuver right there, gained the victory and was named #1 contender. Immediately following the match, Duncan was trying to celebrate when Amaya Stevens, apparently has taken exception to that, attacked Whitney Duncan the moment the match was over. However, she got more of a fight out of Whitney Duncan than what she was prepared for, as even though Stevens delivered several blows, she wasn't expecting Duncan to fight back. And fight back she did, and she hit this. Slam Duncan on the Women's World Champion. The following week, Amaya Stevens was set to face off with Hallie Nolan. Wanted nothing to do with Nolan. And so therefore, Whitney Duncan made sure that she had the match either way. She tossed Amaya Stevens into the ring. And the following week, so last week, it was supposed to be a tag team matchup. Stevens and Duncan teaming up together. But neither one of them could get along. And at this point, Stevens shoves Duncan on her behind, leaving Whitney Duncan in a 2-on-1 situation. This right here by Lacey Evans. And that gained the victory for her team. Once the matchup was over, Amaya Stevens came back out, I don't know, just to taunt Duncan, I think. But a couple of nights ago, in retaliation for being left alone in that tag team match, Whitney Duncan attacked Amaya Stevens before her matchup. And Whitney Duncan would not be denied. It was like she was a woman possessed. We had to get several security members to break this up and drag Duncan back to the backstage area. So that has led us to this match here tonight.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. It is for the Global Wrestling Alliance Women's World Championship.
Here is the challenger, Whitney Duncan. It is amazing to me how in such a short amount of time, how personal this rivalry has gotten between Whitney Duncan and Amaya Stevens. I simply believe that Amaya Stevens wants no one, and I mean no one, to ever challenge her for the Women's World title at all. And the very fact that someone was named the number one contender, it just set Stevens off. And if it wasn't personal against Whitney Duncan before, it certainly has been made into that now. Whitney Duncan prepared for her opportunity to become Women's World Champion right here tonight at No Escape. And here is the champion, the GWA Women's World Champion, Amaya Stevens. It's been well documented that Amaya Stevens has a boxing background. Her hands at one point were legitimately registered as deadly weapons. So if Whitney Duncan wants any shot at winning the Women's World title here tonight, she's going to have to use some speed, some agility, and she's going to have to out-wrestle Amaya Stevens and not get into a fist fight with her. Let's send it down to the ring. Let's get the official introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Portland, Oregon, Whitney Duncan. And introducing the champion from Oakland, California, she's the Global Wrestling Alliance Women's World Champion, Amaya Stevens.
Amaya Stevens, extremely proud to be I don't know why I keep wanting to say the United States title, I'm sorry, the Women's World Championship, the Women's World Champion, rather. Just having to hand that championship belt over to the official, she can't stand it. I have heard her say that she wants to just hold it all the time. She wants nobody to come near it. She wants everybody to know that she is the Women's World Champion. And Stevens, I didn't know what it looked like. Maybe she was going to try to get out of the ring there. Maybe trying to confuse Duncan. But Duncan firing back now with some elbows into the midsection. Kick blocked and turned inside. My God! Turned inside out. Knee strike. One. And I thought that possibly could have ended it right there. What a sequence by Amaya Stevens. And now this right here is exactly what I was talking about. Whitney Duncan is going to want to avoid all of that. What another shot to the side of the head, and now going for the cover. One, and not even a 2 count, but Duncan can't take too much more of that. And Stevens now blocks that, turns her inside out, again with that knee strike. And Amaya Stevens seems to have Duncan's number here tonight. Amaya Stevens has been all over Whitney Duncan like a blanket since the opening bell. My God, that's got to be it. Lights out. Well, still only a 1. I got to give some credit to Whitney Duncan. She's going to have dental work once this match is all said and done. Stevens, known for her strikes, her fists, but has been using the knees to perfection in this matchup as well so far. Amaya Stevens at this point barely breaking a sweat. Not again. Not again, my God. Whitney Duncan going to wind up with a concussion or even worse. If that keeps happening, the official might want to think about stopping this for Whitney Duncan's own good. For her own well-being. Spine buster by Stevens. Now Stevens going to go for the cover. This should be all 1, 2. Still a 2 count. Whitney Duncan with a kick out rolls back over to her stomach. That's a good move. You can't immediately go for another pin like that. Now a couple of elbows by Whitney Duncan, and Duncan now hooks her up. Perfectly executed suplex by Whitney Duncan, trying her best to get back in this thing. She's got a shot at the women's world title, but she's got to defeat Amaya Stevens. Down on the back of her head, and now for the cover. 1, 2. A long 2 count for Whitney Duncan. We were 1 second away from a new women's world champion. The world tag team titles have changed hands here tonight. The United States heavyweight title did not. So will the women's world championship be successfully defended, or will it change hands? What direction will it go? Whitney Duncan looking to take it from Amaya Stevens, and she's going for it. This could be it. Slam Duncan. That is all. Cover. 1, 2. New champion. Wait, no. The official saying 2. Amaya Stevens barely gets the right shoulder up. How did she do that? Well, now Northern Light suplex into the bridge and the cover, but a rope break's going to break that cover up. And Duncan with the shot. The slam Duncan. Not enough to put Amaya Stevens away. Duncan now to the top rope. And down with a frog splash. Whitney Duncan gonna try to get Stevens away from the ropes. A veteran-like maneuver. Cover. 1, 2, 3. No! How did Amaya Stevens get out of that? Still gets the shoulder up. And now Duncan, I think out of frustration, is just throwing the fists. Whitney Duncan has thrown everything that she has at Amaya Stevens. There's an enziguri. She has been unable to put Amaya Stevens away. Look at this deadlift German suplex by Whitney Duncan, and a knee strike of her own. Whitney Duncan now with a kick that gets blocked, sweeps the leg. Duncan now using the ropes to pull herself back up. There's a knockdown, and another by Stevens. A third. And Amaya Stevens now coming back with several blows in the corner. There's a knee strike by Stevens. Amaya Stevens stalking Duncan at this point. Look at the furious flurry by Amaya Stevens. The quick blows with those devastating hands. Knee strike to the side of the head by Duncan, and somehow still Whitney Duncan still fight. She's got her hooked up. Slam Duncan for the second time. 1, 2, 3. What? No. It's still not enough. It was still not enough. Can you believe this match? Ladies and gentlemen, for the GWA Women's World Championship, I can't believe it. What more does Whitney Duncan have to do? She got that kick blocked, and a jawbreaker by Duncan. Look at this. Down on the back of her head again. Cover. This is it. 1, 2, 3. No. Still a kick out by Amaya Stevens. How much punishment can Amaya Stevens withstand? And look at this. Grabs her by the hair and the knockout shot. And just like that, 2, 3, and Amaya Stevens somehow pulls out the victory. Look at this. Whitney Duncan had something in mind, wrenches the arm, a forearm shot, and hooks her up. Knockout blow. The cover, the pin, and the win.
Here is your winner, and still Global Wrestling Alliance Women's World Champion, Amaya Stevens.
Amaya Stevens successfully defends the Women's World title. It is main event time here at No Escape. A steel cage match. Arthur Caldwell challenging Aleksander Sokolov for the heavyweight championship of the world. Let's show you how we got to this point. Last month at Merciless, Caldwell looked like to have it wrapped up, but he was distracted by Maria Sokolov on the outside, and Aleksander Sokolov took advantage, choked out Arthur Caldwell to become the GWA heavyweight champion of the world. And immediately on Supercharged, the following Friday, Aleksander Sokolov would not let this rest between himself and Caldwell. He taxed Caldwell from behind while he was on his way to the ring. It spilled into the ring, where Sokolov continued to attack Arthur Caldwell. The following week, following the match with Sheikh Amir, Aleksander Sokolov was looking to end Amir's career with that steel chair until Caldwell intercepted and ran Sokolov off. Following that, 1 week later, so last week, a tag team match. Caldwell and Sokolov were put into a tag team situation together. Sokolov, not wanting to be a team player, left Caldwell to defend for himself against both members of the Pitbulls. Caldwell was speared. He was stomped repeatedly. He took a lot of punishment. He lost that match and had a lot of damage done to his ribs because of that match. It was said that he was injured, but he insisted on competing a couple of nights ago on Supercharged. And with the inverted figure 4, he would gain a victory over Sheikh Amir, but it was after the match we saw just how bad a shape Arthur Caldwell was. His ribs giving him a lot of problems. He was in a lot of pain. We understand that tonight he has his ribs really wrapped up tight. He's still in a lot of pain, but he's going to go for it here tonight.
The following contest is a steel cage match and is for the Global Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Championship.
Well, whether I agree with this or not, you gotta give Arthur Caldwell credit. The man has more guts than anyone I know, with some really, really bad ribs. I believe even a couple of them may be broken. He's got an opportunity to regain the heavyweight championship of the world. He's not going to let that opportunity pass him by. He's going to step inside this solid steel cage, and instead of a chain link fence, it's more like a prison cell. It's made out of thick steel bars. He steps in here with the Russian Gladiator 2 out of 3 falls rules, which is standard for World Heavyweight Championship matches here in GWA. The guts of this man. I don't know anybody else that would step into this match under his condition, for this matchup, but Arthur Caldwell will not let this opportunity pass him by. Both Ashley Price and Maria Sokolov have been banned from ringside for this match, on top of the fact that it's a steel cage match. And here is the champion, the Russian National Amateur Wrestling Champion, and the GWA Heavyweight Champion of the World. This is Aleksander Sokolov. I truly believe if it weren't for Maria Sokolov, Aleksander never would have defeated Arthur Caldwell for the World Heavyweight Championship last month at Merciless. But whether he would have or would not have, I guess it doesn't really matter. That is in the past. This is the here and the now. This is the return match. The managers, the ladies, have been barred from ringside, and a steel cage will surround these men. Look at this cage. We're going to send it down to the ring and get the official introductions.
Introducing the challenger from Tacoma, Washington, weighing in at 238 pounds, Pretty Boy Arthur Caldwell. And introducing the champion from St. Petersburg, Russia, weighing in at 260 pounds, he is the Global Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion, the Russian Gladiator, Aleksander Sokolov.
The Russian Gladiator, Aleksander Sokolov, will surrender the World Heavyweight Championship belt. Arthur Caldwell is going to get a look at it. He knows all too well what it's like to hold the GWA World Heavyweight Championship. His name will be forever inscribed on one of the side plates. The cage will lower around these two men, and it is time for our main event. It is no escape, and it's for the world title. Lock up center of the ring. Here we go. And reversal arm drag by Caldwell. And you can see the ribs heavily taped of Arthur Caldwell. And Caldwell, knife edge chop by Caldwell, lights up the chest of Sokolov. Sokolov comes back with a short arm clothesline. And now Sokolov down across the joint of the left arm. Goes for the cover here. And a long 2 count already. With Caldwell already having trouble standing up. Knife edge chop by Caldwell. He hits it again. You hear that smack of flesh on flesh. Caldwell now sends Sokolov into the cage. And that cage, those solid steel bars are not going to give. And Sokolov right to the ribs. It's like he's got a bullseye on his lower stomach, does Arthur Caldwell with those bandages. A scoop here by Sokolov. Into the corner and down into the center of the ring. Double stomp to the lower abdomen, right to those injured ribs. And look at Caldwell fight. My God, did you hear that? And again. Caldwell takes Sokolov, sends him for the ride into the side of the cage again. And now, jawbreaker by Sokolov. Aleksander Sokolov with the waist lock down onto his stomach. Once again, more damage to the... You see him clutching at the ribs. Caldwell already got to be in serious pain. Knee strike to the face. Right down knee to the ribs. Aleksander Sokolov pouring on the punishment here. Now he's choking him. That's perfectly legal in this environment. And it appears Caldwell has been split wide open. He is. And here's an iron claw by Aleksander Sokolov. And now Caldwell with his ribs damaged, broken, his face split wide open. Now he's losing blood. How much can Arthur Caldwell truly endure? He breaks out of the hold. And now he goes right for the leg. Caldwell, that master technician, going after the leg, but Sokolov shoves him away. Knife edge chop sends Sokolov back to the mat. And Caldwell right back to the leg. No wasted motion. Knows exactly what he wants to do. He wants to damage the leg to be able to lock on that inverted figure four leg lock. Now ripping at the hamstring of Sokolov. Now, the spinning toe hold by Arthur Caldwell. Down with the elbow drop to the knee. And now rakes the back. Chop block from behind. Caldwell now against the ropes. Down with the knee drop right in the face. Now, Caldwell back to the spinning toe hold. Caldwell has slowed this matchup down, working at the pace that he wanted to set. High elbow drop. A long 2 count that time. Nearly gets the first fall, does Arthur Caldwell. Now Caldwell sending him into the ropes. They collide, center of the ring. And back into the ropes. They collide once more. Drop kick by Caldwell. Caldwell now back to the leg. Aleksander Sokolov has been unable to do much in the last couple of minutes. Now a shot right to the face. Caldwell sweeps the leg. More damage to that left leg. And now Caldwell, but he gets shoved away by Sokolov. Aleksander Sokolov with a right hand. Double ear schmacker from behind. And look at this. Shin breaker. And the cover. Long 2 count for Sokolov. Both these men still trying to get the first fall. Whomever gets the first fall will have a huge advantage. And look at this. Here it is, that triangle standing choke by Sokolov. Caldwell's lost so much blood, he won't be able to hang on for very long. He's still fighting it. He's fighting it with all he's got. Caldwell now buries the right hand into the ribs, and he breaks the hold. Caldwell now with a kick to the midsection. Knife edge chop sending Sokolov to the mat. Knee strike by Sokolov. The world's champion. He's got him up. And look at this. Twisted Russian suplex by Aleksander Sokolov. Long 2 count. I thought that was the first fall. I thought it was the first fall for sure. Somehow Arthur Caldwell fights out of it to save that first fall. But how much more can Arthur Caldwell withstand in the shape that he is in? I've already got to give the most credit in the world to Arthur Caldwell for what he has done up to this point. Knee drop by Sokolov right in the face. Sokolov. What a shot! I didn't even see exactly what that was. Here's the cover. Does he got it? That's the 3 of the first fall. goes to Aleksander Sokolov. He looks like it was like a flying headbutt, like a missile, and now an iron claw. Once again, Caldwell can't last. This has got to be it. Give all the credit in the world for Arthur Caldwell for what he has done, but he's still fighting. How is he doing this? Arthur Caldwell still battling back with everything he's got. He sends Sokolov into the cage once more. And now Caldwell against the ropes, jumping knee drop to Sokolov. Now Arthur Caldwell's gonna go for it. Caldwell, he's gonna hook it up. He cinches it in. He's got it cinched in deep, extremely deep. Aleksander Sokolov, he can't get out of it. He's got to tap out somehow, some way. Arthur Caldwell has tied it up here. Caldwell now sends Sokolov head first into the corner. And again, a beaten, broken, and bloody Arthur Caldwell is fighting his heart out here tonight. Chop block by Caldwell. Arthur Caldwell is showing us exactly what a true champion is made of. Whips him into the corner. Once again, Sokolov puts on the brakes, but he gets that chop right into the chest. And now sends him face first into the buckle anyway. And again, Caldwell now sends him head first into the buckle one more time, and a clothesline in the corner. Arthur Caldwell stomped to the back of the head. And now, Arthur Caldwell, who has been in control for the last couple of minutes, drops the knee. He's got the people behind him. Aleksander Sokolov is in all kinds of trouble. Caldwell looking to end it right here. He's got it. Arthur Caldwell's got the inverted figure four. Sokolov with nowhere to go. He's tapped out. He's tapped out. Somehow, some way, Arthur Caldwell has done it. Aleksander Sokolov with that missile-like headbutt or forearm gained the first fall. But somehow, a bloody Arthur Caldwell battled back and gained the first fall with the inverted figure four. And it was the inverted figure four that gained him the his second and final fall to reclaim the World Heavyweight Championship.
Here is your winner and new Global Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion, Pretty Boy.
What a night it has been. We have a new World's Champion. Tune in this next Friday for Supercharged.